Hey guys, so when it comes to looking at organizational innovation, my opinion on it is it can be a very strong and powerful thing. It could really bring two organizations together, as we saw on the Lenovo way. It could even bring organizations together, as we saw in the building a cultural book. I mean, it could do many different things. But along with all those positives, though, there are negatives that can come with it. And I'm going to be basing this off my time as a CASA, one of the programs I worked with throughout my many years in social work. And for that program, I'm going to be actually splitting the positive side of the innovations in two subcategories. One's going to be the kind of light side, which was good, and the dark side, unfortunately, is the innovation that was bad. On the lighter side of the innovation, when it came to being a CASA, we got information on all legal updates. We got all the case files, medical information, anything we needed or wanted, we would always get it. We had constant trainings, good trainings actually, on how to deal with situations out of the court, in the court, how to even deal with the courtroom, where to go, what not to go. Um, and yes, TV gets it wrong. And things like that. And they also got us used to we did mock trainings as well, where we went before the judge. Um, and those were ahead of it, so far ahead of their time and unknown. We had other programs coming to us um, to to be a part of that, and so that was very innovative at the time. The second thing that the organization did in a innovative way is they actually had started having counselors for us. Now, while this may not seem like a darker innovation, I don't put it that way because there's so many categories. It could be a child case, it could be something else going on, but they were also willing to be there for professional or personal stuff, so we could keep our heads clean. Now, those are the positive, kind of the white light side of the innovations that we had. Unfortunately, though, there were darker innovations that came from it as well. Um, the one innovation with the CASA program that I was a part of is their adaptation to new trainings. Now, while I'm not saying that's a bad thing, I used to live close to an inner city. And for those of you who live in an inner city, you know what goes on. Unfortunately, I had to witness that and go through these very dark and sickening trainings, but unfortunately they were ahead of their time because they they really investigated and hunted down what was going on in ways that nobody else could, and when they passed that on to us, we could get a bigger understanding, so that that additional training, being dark and gross as it is, was a big thing, for us. um, and unfortunately, the other darker side that we started dealing with in the CASA program is we started taking on, um, unfortunately, we started taking on, and this was, like I said, not normal in the CASA world, but we would take on bigger cases sometimes, criminal cases. And sometimes they would put, um, the reason, let me step back. The reason this was so big at the time is because that was not normal to see somebody of our level to be able to um, continue the case even into criminal court, which a lot of people thought was awesome, and that was innovational at its time because nobody else in the area was doing it. But I consider that dark because while that is a good thing that Casas can finally get in the courtroom, hand their documents over, could you, sorry for the pause, but could you, it would not be easy for any Casa to have to deal with for the second time. So that's why I kind of put it in the dark category of innovation, because even though we could potentially help the kids more, it was still something that was just very difficult. Now, on with that, there are some negatives when it comes to innovation. The first is that, a lot of times people would get things in my line of work for something that was innovative but was not really doing any good. That is one of the things that I do not like about innovation is then I feel like that it's a negative is that people will sometimes come up with an idea. It's not a bad idea, just when it's not working, they don't want to let it go. They think it is working. Another negative that I kind of have about organizational innovation is it has to, as you can tell, it's mostly due to the leadership issues. Another line I've heard: if it's not broke, don't fix it. And finally, another thing I don't like about organizational leaderships are the people who just are complacent and don't want to do anything. And the reason for these negatives to fall on leaders is because it at the end of the day that's where it does fall, and there has to be some way to push them towards the innovation and to understand the innovation. But that's my belief on innovation and kind of the positive and the negative behind it. Thank you guys.